So what is intercultural competency? Intercultural competency is the ability to understand, communicate, and effectively interact with people across different cultures. It involves being aware of our own culture worldview, gaining knowledge of different cultural practices and worldview, and developing cross-cultural skills. Now let's watch to learn more about the importance and application of intercultural competence. As you watch this video, think about how this concept ties into what we discussed so far about biases and anti-racism. Enjoy the video. So now that we watched the video on what intercultural competence is, let's dive deeper into understanding the key components that make up this important skill set. Intercultural competence isn't just a single ability. It encompasses several interconnected elements that help us navigate and thrive in diverse cultural settings. When we're talking about intercultural competence, it is a process. So you're never going to be completely interculturally competent. And I'll repeat this sentence again. When we're talking about intercultural competence, this is a process. So you are never going to be completely interculturally competent. And it is okay. Why, you may ask, why is it okay? Because it is a lifelong process where we are all working on practicing the skills of intercultural competence. Becoming interculturally competent requires learning new skills and acquiring new knowledge every day. So you're in that process right now. We all are, including myself. We're acquiring the knowledge through this training itself, and then we're practicing the skills through our assignments. When I'm saying assignments, like we've done journaling. We've already practiced a bunch of elements of intercultural competence. We've been examining our worldview and our cultural self-awarenesses. We've been thinking through verbal and nonverbal behavior. And then we've been cultivating empathy and curiosity. So what is cultural self-awareness? Cultural self-awareness is the ability to observe, appreciate, and accept similarities and differences between cultures. When individuals have cultural awareness, they can acknowledge, respect, and build upon ethnic, social, cultural, and linguistic diversity as they think, feel, and act in their work and lives. Furthermore, cultural awareness involves being conscious of how our own organizational and national cultures impact our values, beliefs, biases, judgments, and behaviors. Developing this awareness is fundamental in achieving cultural competence. It enables us to better understand ourselves and others. And it also helps fostering effective communication and collaboration in diverse environments. Cultural awareness is also the first and most foundational element in achieving cultural competence. If you don't have it, it will be nearly impossible for you to acquire the skills and practices needed to develop cultural competence. When you are culturally aware, you will most assuredly better understand yourself and be much more interested in seeking out relationships, building connections, and collaborating with people from different cultural backgrounds. Why cultural self-awareness? As we continue our journey in understanding cultural awareness, we encounter countless of opportunities to gain new levels of awareness and practice new depth of um, acceptance. Culture is a pervasive force that influences every aspect of human life. It shapes our personalities, affects how we express ourselves, guides the way we think and solve problems. Furthermore, culture play a critical role in how transportation systems function and are organized, as well as in the structure of economic and government systems. Its impact is vast and all encompassing, leveling no part of human life untouched or unaltered. By embracing these opportunities for growth in cultural awareness, we can foster a deeper understanding and acceptance of the diverse world we live in. Cultural has both visible and invisible factors. The cultural manifestations we see on the surface are the easiest to notice and get used to, while those that are hidden are more difficult to detect, understand, and effectively deal with. On the surface, we observe the ways people dress, talk, eat, relate to others, and behave in public. However, what is hidden beneath the surface are the ways people think, behave, teach children, relate to power, relate to time, and relate to culture. Therefore, culture encompasses all aspects of life, both visible and invisible. This includes coping mechanisms, beliefs, values, norms, practices, rights, customs, traditions, religion, expectations of others, language, and food, and there are more. Developing cultural awareness involves integrating an awareness of national, organizational, and personal values. Proverbs are highly condensed bits of cultural values and beliefs that are passed on from generation to generation. They play a significant role in shaping the assumptions, attitudes, motivations, and behaviors of cultural members as they are observed and internalized at a very early age and then taken for granted. Diverse cultures have proverbs that convey similar meanings. And while these common attitudes are interesting, it's crucial to examine them as sources of cultural differences. Such differences can lead to misunderstandings and frictions between people from different cultures. Paying attention to proverbs that contrast with those of one's own culture can provide valuable insights. Culture shock is a feeling of confusion or nervousness caused by being in an unfamiliar cultural environment. Experiencing culture shock can promote cultural awareness by highlighting cultural differences. Travel can be an immersive way to experience and understand cultural differences firsthand. Ethnocentrism, where one views their own group as superior or the norm and others as different or deviating, often results in feelings of frustration, anger, stress, or surprise. Recognizing and addressing these feelings can help develop greater cultural awareness and sensitivity. Developing cultural awareness, in fact, can be highly emotional, especially since culture is closely tied to our values and beliefs. When they're challenged or threatened, we react. It's possible to turn culture shock or the experience of cultural differences into a positive opportunity for growth. Issues such as place of origin, spoken language, male and female roles, jobs, and religion all help to define culture. This information is sometimes most easily shared through the telling of a family stories that are passed down through generations to generations. When you compile these stories and various categories of information by yourself, you produce what we call a cultural genogram. a snapshot of your cultural background. Looking at how culture has influenced you will help you be more sensitive to how culture has influenced others. Every person has developed a cultural heritage over time through family stories, experiences, and choices, all of which form one personal cultural journey. This heritage influences our current beliefs, attitudes, judgments, and behaviors. All right, we will pause from our training, um, our little webinar, and then we'll dive into quizzes. So it's quiz time, and let's take this quiz together. So on to next slide. All right, so the first quiz is on cultural competency. True or false? Cultural competency training is only necessary for people working in international roles. True or false? Let's take 30 seconds and then I'll see you on the next slide. The answer is false. Cultural competency is important for anyone interacting with diverse cultures. Portland Peace Team. So there's a couple of more quizzes. So I'll encourage you to take 30 seconds or so. Please, 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 please don't cheat. Please take this time to really write it down on a piece of paper. Please don't click next to see the answer. Otherwise, how would you know that you've learned what we've been discussing about, right? So please take time to do this quiz, and I will see you on the next topic. All right, best wishes. All right, so welcome back from taking the quiz. I hope that quiz sort of helped you a little bit, if not a lot, with what we so far been discussing about. Now that we explore the concept of